In this podcast episode, Deepak Chopra delves into profound questions surrounding consciousness, reality, and the nature of existence. He begins by asserting that the infinite is present in every finite experience, suggesting that God is not difficult to find but rather impossible to avoid. Chopra emphasizes that only direct experience can provide access to reality, dismissing religion, philosophy, and science as inadequate pathways to understanding. Chopra articulates that true understanding begins with letting go of all concepts and perceptions, which serve merely as windows to reality. He encourages embracing presence, which leads to the realization that pure consciousness is the essence of who we are. He highlights the dissonance in our current technological evolution, where our medieval minds struggle to keep pace with modern capacities. This imbalance, he warns, places humanity in a precarious position, as we possess the tools to reverse climate change and eliminate war and disease, yet we often fail to act. Chopra describes life as a lucid dream occurring in a vivid now, urging listeners to awaken to the realization of who is dreaming. He explains that the essence of our being is inconceivable and imperceptible, yet it is the foundation of all perception and conception. This leads to the idea that anything perceivable or conceivable is not ultimately real, including our physical bodies. The conversation transitions to the concept of the Five Kleshas, or afflictions, which obstruct our recognition of our true nature. Chopra explains that the first klesha is ignorance of the difference between perceived reality and fundamental reality. The second involves clinging to transient experiences, while the third is the recoil from impermanence. The fourth klesha is the confusion of self with the ego, and the fifth is the fear of death. He asserts that resolving the first klesha can lead to the dissolution of the others, emphasizing that awakening to our true nature as consciousness is key. Chopra elaborates on the illusion of separation, explaining that our experiences are shaped by the interplay of consciousness and the physical world. He argues that the universe is not a collection of separate entities, but rather a unified field of consciousness. This perspective aligns with both Eastern philosophies and emerging scientific understandings of non-locality and entanglement in quantum mechanics. He posits that memory plays a crucial role in our understanding of consciousness. Memory is not merely stored in the brain, but exists in a superposition of possibilities within pure consciousness. This means that every thought, memory, and experience is interconnected, transcending the limitations of space and time. As the discussion progresses, Chopra addresses the implications of advanced technology and artificial intelligence, AI, on human consciousness. He warns that while technology has the potential to enhance our lives, it can also lead to destruction if driven by the ego. Chopra emphasizes that true power comes from self-awareness and connection to the source of consciousness, rather than from external agency or material possessions. He reflects on the current state of humanity, suggesting that we are at a crossroads where our technological advancements must be balanced with emotional and spiritual growth. Chopra expresses optimism about the potential for humanity to evolve into meta-humans with heightened abilities, provided we embrace our true nature and the interconnectedness of all beings. Chopra's exploration of reality leads him to conclude that existence is a dynamic interplay of birth and death, where every experience contributes to the evolution of consciousness. He asserts that life is neither solely about birth nor death, but is a continuum of experiences that shape our understanding of reality. He challenges the notion of individual identity, suggesting that what we perceive as the self is merely a temporary manifestation of consciousness. This perspective invites listeners to reconsider their understanding of life, death, and the nature of existence itself. In the latter part of the podcast, Chopra emphasizes the significance of silence as a foundation for creativity and dynamism. He argues that true power lies in the ability to connect with silence, which allows for the spontaneous emergence of inspiration and joy. He encourages listeners to embrace joy as the ultimate measure of success, asserting that if one does not experience joy, they have wasted their life. Chopra reflects on his own journey, noting that he has moved beyond the need for external validation and criticism. He emphasizes the importance of living authentically and joyfully, free from the constraints of societal expectations. As the conversation draws to a close, Chopra shares his insights on the nature of consciousness and the universe. He reiterates that consciousness is the source of all experience, and that the separation we perceive is an illusion. He encourages listeners to recognize that they are not merely biological robots, but rather expressions of consciousness experiencing itself. In his final message, Chopra emphasizes the importance of not resisting existence, as this resistance leads to stress and suffering. Instead, he advocates for a flow state, where one can embrace the dynamic nature of life and experience the richness of existence.